Jeez.
Yo, what's up? Just Prince TV here, man. I want to talk to you about none other than Noriega, okay? Now, this I wouldn't like saying too much because Noriega is a native Queens guy. You know, I got nothing but love for Noriega. Capone Noriega was one of the anthems for a lot of us New Yorkers, especially people from Queens. We wore it with pride on our sleeves. You know, the Raw Report, Kuwait to Iraq, or what? CNN. You know, but he was in some beef the last few weeks ago with Wu-Tang because he called a bunch of Wu-Tang members flunkies. You know, Sons of Man, Killer Army, Shaheem, all those guys he called flunkies, right? And here's the funny part about it. Nore, a lot of those guys were like per MCs. Shaheem was a better rapper than you. You may find this very hard to believe. Some people may find this better. Individually, Shaheem was a better rapper than Noriega. So if anybody was the flunky more than anybody, it was Noriega. You was the guy that was set hopping. You was the QB affiliated with the whole CNN. All right? You jump off that bandwagon when Capone got locked up and you had a hard time holding down the fort. So what did you do? You jump chipped. Okay? You tried to be down with Mobb Deep. That didn't go out too well because you got jumped by Mobb Deep. You know, because of an incident that happened in the bridge where you accidentally dropped a gun and shot somebody that was affiliated with Mobb Deep. So after you got a beat down by Infamous Mob and the whole Mobb Deep crew, you tried to join Nas and the Firm. That didn't end too well for you because you end up having a confrontation with Nas to a point where you tried to throw like a flower pot or something over the head of Nas. You know, you guys got in a little scuffle. You know, people don't realize Noriega and Nas had a beef back in the day. You know, they had a little physical altercation. You know, and they get out of hand, but a little scuffle. All right, so that blows over. You make amends and peace with Nas, but then you do the ultimate thing that a Queens cat's supposed to not be doing. You jump shift to Rockefeller, Dipset, State Property, Rockefeller. Those guys was natural enemies of QB because Mobb Deep didn't like Jay-Z. Bravehearts and Nas didn't like Jay-Z at the time. They were beefing with Dipset, the whole Bravehearts versus Dipset. It was a whole thing that if you was from QB, you didn't really rock with Rockefeller, okay? We wasn't really supporting that. We was Mobb Deep, Bravehearts all the way, you know? And that was some sucker stuff that you did. You jump on the wave of Jay-Z to get hot. Then you jump on a wave of reggaeton music, okay? You just been set jumping. You've been doing what Tupac was doing, but unsuccessfully. You know, unsuccessful, sorry. To a point where you was just set jumping, dog. From genre to genre, crew to crew. And, dog, you just looking a fool out here. And you really think Rockefeller had some love for you? You wasn't even from around the way. You had no deal with them, you know? But you was sweating them from top to bottom. You know, so the nerve of you to call Wu-Tang flunkies. Wu-Tang is one of the most successful groups, you know, in hip-hop history. You were on a one-hit wonder. I hate to say this, but you had a one-hit wonder with the War Report, sorry. And that was it. Everything else after that was just trying to hang on. You had a little success with your solo album. You know, the what. But, dog, you was always one of the weakest links coming out of Queens. And it pains me to say that because you are a Queens native. And I got nothing but love for you because you rep the block. But, dog, you was out here stunting. And you was out here faking the funk. Faking jacks. all of that stuff, you know. Then you go about apologizing to Wu-Tang. Dog, you were drunk, okay? That's how you really felt. They say sometimes liquor gets the truth out of you. That's how you felt about them. You only apologized because you didn't want that smoke, because you probably close to your 50s, and you didn't want them boys jumping on your head again, and you didn't want to get beat down. So you did the wise move by apologizing, but we don't believe you. We know you was full of crap, you know? But for a man once, why don't you just stand on your own 2 feet and stand behind something you say, right? If anything, you shouldn't apologize, you know? Just kept it moving. It would have probably blown over sooner or later anyway. You keep adding fuel to the fire by talking about it. This is the only show in America where you can actually drink alcohol, I may add, get drunk and act a fool on TV. You know, or in this case, social media outlet. But that's crazy. You know what I mean? Isn't that like promoting alcohol use? A bunch of drunk guys on TV acting the fool. Man, that Drink Champs stuff is crazy. And part of the reason why Drink Champs is really not all that good is because you talk over the guests, Noriega. None of these dudes can actually talk because you talk over them. You speaking right over them. We want to hear their story, but we can't hear it because Noriega interferes and jumps right in. Man, just Prince TV. I'm out. Peace.